Welcome to the Fair Lawn Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight, where we introduce local businesses to the community and the world at large via social media. Today, we have a great guest for you. It's all about fun. It's called The Other Tales Escape Rooms. I like to bring on the co-founders, Alona and Alex, and introduce them to you right now. Fun, fun, fun. Hi, Alona and Alex. How are you? And thank you for joining our Business Spotlight.
Hello.
Hi, Alan. Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. When I saw that we were doing this, I got so excited. My daughter loves escape rooms, and I wanted to escape with you guys right now. Take us on a journey and tell us about the escape room right now, The Other Tales.
Sure. Well, we opened up the Other Tales escape rooms about 4.5 years ago. We're in Hawthorne, so very close to Fair Lawn. And believe it or not, a lot of people still don't really know what escape rooms are. And we often have people that come in that play for the first time. So just to tell you a little bit about what escape rooms are, it's an interactive activity that people do in real life setting. It's a game. Usually played in teams. It could be a team of friends, team of co-workers, family members that come into the game, and they usually have a certain goal. The goal could be escape. Hence the name, escape rooms. But the goal could be different. It could be finding something, finding some secret, mysterious object. And then they enter a room, and the room is usually, interestingly decorated. It has a lot of secrets, has a lot of locked locations, and they have to work together and look for clues, solve puzzles together, and unlock those locked places. And inside they'll find new clues, new pieces of story, and eventually, hopefully within 1 hour, they win. That's kind of a general explanation of what escape rooms are.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. It sounds like a lot of fun. So when you're talking about escaping, I mean, if you're in one room, how hard is it to get out?
Well, sometimes it could be multiple rooms. Sometimes the room has many secrets. So, it depends on the game. And usually there are enough puzzles to keep teams from 2 to 10 people interested for more than 1 hour, actually.
Yeah. So it's located in Hawthorne. How big is that building then, or the area that you're working in? How many rooms do you have?
We have 2 games currently, and each has each is different size. One game is up to 8 people. The other one is up to 10 people. We are also working on the 3rd game at that location, and hopefully it'll come out within the next couple of months.
Great. And what kind of themes do you work with?
So what's interesting about our games, it's not just themes and puzzles that we have, it's a certain story. Each game has a story. So one game, it's the adventure story. It's called the Amazing Adventure Society game. And the other game is the science fiction story. It's called The Anomaly. Alex, do you want to tell a little bit about those two?
Sure. So the Amazing Adventure Society game tells a story about clubs of adventurers and explorers. That club started in early 20th century, more than 100 years ago. And so now when the players play, they have to explore a certain mysterious room that was sealed and hidden for almost 100 years. And as they do that, they explore the room, they search it, they solve puzzles, they learn the story about the founders of the society, one of their expeditions, and some strange events that happened with them. And the other game is called The Anomaly. It's, as Alona said, science fiction game. And in this game, the players act as special agents, investigators, and they investigate a very strange, very bizarre accident at a top secret scientific facility. So they have to deal with scientific devices. They have to learn about some theories and also find out what exactly happened and why.
Right, and you guys obviously both of you come up. I think there's a cat trying to escape from one of the rooms right now.
Yes, I think
Possible.
so.
Just give me 1 second. Let me help the cat.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not bothering.
It's okay.
I mean, if you want, it's all good. So,
Let me do 1 second.
all right. So, Alona, it sounds like both of you come up with these ideas and you work off of each other. Sounds very creative, and that's wonderful. How do you come up with these wonderful ideas?
Yes, I mean, we come up with everything. We work on everything in-house. From, as you said, from the ideas, from the stories to the puzzles, to the actual puzzle creation, everything. Our background is in, computer games. So a lot of that helps as well. And essentially we love stories, and what we love doing is telling our stories through those games. We kind of consider escape rooms a new media for telling stories.
Right, that's great. So you just brought up your background. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. Well, I was trained as a graphic designer and sociologist. But I was also very interested in games, in computer games, and I wanted to make them. So I actually, at one point, went and got a master's degree in concentration and game design.
Wow.
And after that, I started working for different companies on computer games, and worked on downloadable games, on mobile games, Facebook games when they first appeared, and then we actually got together. We actually at one point got a chance to work together at one company on virtual worlds together with Alex.
Yeah.
So
Great. And Alex, what about your background?
So I am a computer software engineer by training, by calling, but I was, for as long as I can remember, I was very interested and loved computer games. I was programming different games as a hobby for myself, for my friends, starting from high school. So at some point, I always wanted to try and do game programming kind of professionally. So at some point, when I got an opportunity, we started doing that. First, I worked in a different company. Then, as Alona mentioned, we worked together. And here I am. And since I was doing computer games, I was interested in game design, and I learned parts of it.
That's great. You must have a lot of fun with the family in the house. Everybody's sitting around playing games. Do you actually test these games out, with the family or friends and family first? How do you develop it? Come from a good idea to making it, a product.
well, it's a lot of iteration. So fail fast, fail often. We create paper prototypes, which we do test on, initially close members of our family, our friends, but we do also test on strangers. Because it's important to see, like real reactions of people, and sometimes your friends are too nice.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Right, you need to fix it up. No, that's great. I mean, you have to test market any product or anything that you do. So business-wise, I like that you do start maybe in an inner circle, and then of course you got to bring it out to the real world and like you said, strangers, to get a true.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, about iteration. For our physical games, we tweaked it a year after each game was launched, because we saw some opportunities to make it better, to make the playthrough better. We want everybody to experience it, and we don't want people to get stuck on some mistake of ours, So we keep tweaking our products.
Even maybe more than a year.
Yeah.
So you have like two or three rooms. Do you, how often do you change the room? So if somebody comes, 1 month, they want to come back in another month. If it's obviously they go to the other room, but do you change it often or is it kind of set until you introduce a new game? Or
the way it works right now, we've been introducing a new game. We haven't been changing them. We do have a lot of people who play one room do come back to play the other. Yeah. At some point we had a game that we would bring to different companies, schools, libraries, and a lot of people who would come into our physical space would ask about more games. We would tell them about this product and would bring it in. Right now, that particular game is on pause for obvious reasons. There was a lot of parts that we just didn't feel it was the right setting in the current COVID situation. But I think we're going to open that up again soon.
The game, we still have it.
We have several products actually.
Yeah, we have two games that we could bring. They're very different. One is kind of a standalone, another is more desktop.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I like that you just said you can bring the games to different locations as well, to a school or something like that.
Yes. Absolutely. And we've been doing that before COVID times.
Yeah.
But, hopefully, I'm thinking, pretty soon we'll open up that product as well.
Right. So like with all the businesses that I spoke to, obviously the pandemic really put a damper on every business. So how did it really affect your business when, in the last year? And are you recovering from that time?
Well, as all the other businesses, we were closed, not essential businesses, we were closed for several months last year. And we actually focused on new products that we could bring into people in this different time. So we came up with printable escape games that people can download and print at home and play the same, within 20 minutes of buying. They could also play them virtually, with a lot of people. We initially focused on kids, so with a lot of kids being isolated, we wanted to make sure that they could still play together. And also Team Building Arena. It's a new product that we built, and it's for companies to do team buildings to distributive teams.
Great. And so that's online at this point?
Yes. So Team Building Arena is it's an online system to facilitate playing such games, teams, whether competing or just having fun. And our printable games you purchase them online and you download them.
So I like that you switch gears, and it gave you and a lot of other people time to reassess what you have and then develop new things. And it's wonderful that you did go into the printable escape rooms. So now that's another area of your business that wasn't active before COVID. And now this Team Building Arena, which is also something that came out of this time. So I feel it's wonderful when I speak to business owners like you that, you get hit with something, and how do you escape? How do you change to stay in business during that time? And now you have an even broader business than you did then. And it came from this.
Yes.
Think of something else. How can I expand my business in other ways? And obviously the internet is the way to go. So are you more focused on maybe being virtual and on the internet than the physical rooms? since since this has happened?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, right. As soon as we got a green light that we can open up a physical location, we opened it up right away. We obviously changed a lot of the cleaning procedures, and we do a lot to try to ensure safety of our employees and of the players. And we are actually building a new game, so hopefully it'll come out within the next couple of months. So we are pretty focused on the physical, but as you said, constraints sometimes are great for creative thinking, and we came up with those new products, and we definitely won't stop making games for those products even after the humanity gets rid of COVID forever.
I hope. When. That's great. I mean, I don't know much about escape room business. Is there a lot of competition? And are there other areas like if you go to Great Adventure, they have escape rooms, I believe. Are they usually in larger places, or you can do it in this smaller area?
Escape rooms can be done. They do not. Depending on what you're trying to build, if you want to build something like Disney level, yes, you need lots of resources. But you can build an absolutely great escape room using relatively small space. You don't have to have, humongous tens of thousands of square feet place. So saying that about the competition, we do not consider other escape rooms as really competitors. We think more of a kind of shared playing field, because this is a relatively new form of entertainment, and people, as we said, once you play it in an escape room, you cannot replay it. So we want more and more people to love that. So when people love escape rooms, they go to one place, they go to second, to third, and they try to play many escape rooms. So they will visit everybody.
Yeah.
So we're not interested in competing, we're more interested in sharing.
Yeah. I mean, is there a way to license your product out or your game out to other companies, or that's something that's not really done in this type of business?
Sometimes it's done. We decided that for us, it's not necessarily a focus right now. Sometimes there are franchises for escape rooms, and people do buy a franchise of a certain escape room and open up. But because for us it was important not just to run the business, I mean, customer service and actually seeing people having fun is great and it's important, but for us also what's important is actual creation of the games. So we're focusing on creating ourselves. Potentially, we will open up the other tales, for franchising.
If somebody was, yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, you can open up one obviously in another town, maybe.
Exactly, we could.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah. So, have you been thinking of that or not yet? You need to. You're still where you are right now to make that, because it seems like if you had a few games and there was another location not too far away, you could steer some of your clients, say, 15, 20 minutes away or whatever it is, to a different area.
We are thinking of opening up another location. I mean, that part was on pause, obviously. But we're thinking, we're going to make a decision closer towards the end of the year.
Right. So what made you actually end up in, you're from Fairlawn, I believe, but the room is in Hawthorne. Did you research how many, kids play games, or how do you research that?
Well, first of all, our games, they're great for kids, but we're focused on families, and people play. Young adults come in and play, older couples come in, and it's like variety of ages. So it's not just kids. Mm-hmm. The way we thought about it, we wanted family-oriented town. I mean, we live in Fairlawn. In a way, Hawthorne is very similar.
Yes.
And so we were looking for, we just wanted to provide something where you don't necessarily need to go to the city to play a game. So you can do it close. And we've had people traveling to our location. Basically, escape rooms, if they're done well, they're a destination type of a place. So we've had people travel to our location to play our games.
Yeah, for a few hours, actually.
Oh, yeah.
There are some enthusiasts that really love this genre, and they're willing to do the travel. But at the same time, regular families can experience without going too far.
Right.
So that's kind of how we search the area around us, essentially.
Right. So people come obviously for birthdays, for different events in their life.
Exactly.
To have a small party. How big is the biggest room, and what's the most amount of people you could bring in a room? Maybe not during COVID, but in general.
Well, we have one game that's up. Well, first of all our games are private. So if you come as a large family, you can obviously play. So it's up to 10 people, the largest, and the other game is up to 8 people.
Great. Well,
and sometimes we run them in parallel, for large, we used to, like for a large group, like when the company, like it does a team building, we would do like 2 teams playing against each other.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun, and maybe the next event I'm going to have to bring my family there.
Please do. We'll be happy to see you.
I'm going to look it up. So just before we end it off, I know you're members of the Fair Lawn Chamber of Commerce. Is that correct? And
Yes.
And how have you found that, being a member and, speaking with other members has expanded your network and all that?
Well, I haven't, when I visited meetings in real life, I got a chance to meet new people and, learn about them, tell about business. I'm sorry to say, it was, the virtual meetings, I haven't been really joining that much, to be honest, but hopefully we will. It's always good to meet new people and new businesses. So
Great.
And we're very thankful. There's a lot of information that Tony sends out in the emails that was very useful to us about, we were lost essentially in the beginning, like, when the business was shut down for the first couple of weeks. We just were in a bit of a shock as everybody else. So a lot of the emails with some helpful links definitely helped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, I'm really glad you spent the time with us today, so that everybody else could be introduced to this fun place to be. So I'd like to thank both of you. I'm going to go for the last name too, Alona Umansky and Alex Linetsky.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
2 co-founders of The Other Tales, the escape room. And it is great to have you in our town and in our neighborhood, and it brings fun and joy to everybody that visits you. And I wish you lots of luck. I wish
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, with the printable escape rooms also, and the team building arena. And I like that you keep developing your business so it could expand and be more successful. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us today. So my name is Alan Cohen. I'm on the board of directors for the Fair Lawn Chamber of Commerce. And today we had a great interview with The Other Tales Escape Room. Go there, escape from this reality that we're in right now, and go have fun. Thank you very much. And everybody, please be safe.